talking about. So I began just to do in and everything. And my grandmother was an old praying saint. So my grandmother came to me one day and she said, you know, you're not going to be able to live under my roof if you're not going to obey my rules. So I said, okay, fine. I was 15 years old and I moved out. Moved into a home with this man that was 10 years older than me and I was 15. But this is the life that I wanted. You know, because he was the drug dealer and we had the cars and we had the clothes and the jewelry and, you know, I thought I was grown and people coming to my house cleaning up and cooking for me and all that stuff, you know. So I thought that was the life. And when people see me, you know, sometimes as women, we have the tendency to just hide. We look good on the outside, but the inside is real. You know, like she was saying earlier, the inside was tore up because although you saw that Lakeisha Mobley, such and such girlfriend, she got it going on. Although you saw that on the outside, you didn't see in the inside how I was hurting, how I was dealing with low self-esteem, how I was mentally and physically abused by him. You didn't see none of that. So it took a while, but I thank God for having a praying grandmother because that lady prayed for me and I was able to get delivered from that relationship. So I thank and praise God for how he just showed up for me. I went to church, you know, one day because I didn't grow up in the church. I was far from the church. But when I went to church, you know, they did, my pastor at the time was preaching, and I never forget it. I never felt anything like it. It's like the Spirit of God just was all over me, and I wanted change, you know. So I confessed. I said, Lord, you know, I wanted to be saved, and so I got saved, but I was still shacking up. I was still living with this man. And when I come to church, I hear my pastors preach about shacking up. I had never heard the term before. So I'm like, shacking up? What is shacking up? And it would be like he knew what I was thinking in my mind, because the next thing he'll say, you can sit here and act like you don't know what shacking up is if you want to. That's if you living with a man that's not your husband. And I'm like, who told him that I So I'm sitting there, I was like, okay, well, I said, well, God, you know what? This man is taking care of me. I don't have to work. I have money. I need this and that. And it's like, God came back and showed me. He said, if you would just trust me, I promise that I would take care of you. And so what I did was, I said, okay, because I wasn't happy in the relationship anyway. You know, I knew he was cheating and messing around with different people, and that's when AIDS had got out on the rise. We had first started hearing about it. So I was concerned about my health. You know, so I was like, God, I don't want to die from this, and I can't stop him from doing what he's doing, because, you know, I've been running up in girls' houses. I've been acting a fool, you know. Could have got myself killed, but God still had his hedge of protection around me. So I thank and praise God for that. But I kid you not, 2 weeks later, God blessed me with a job at what was then Bell South. And to this day, it's been 13 years, I'm still working there now.
Glory,
so and you're looking at an example of God making the impossible possible. Because people said I wasn't going to make it. And then even with in my testimony, it's so much to tell, but I know I got a little bit of time, so I'm trying to kind of, put it all together. But anyway, I dropped out of school. I was in the 9th grade. So I dropped out of school, no education, running behind this man, trying to do everything out here that I can do. But even with that, God blessed me. So now I'm back in school. I have a bachelor's degree. I'm 4 classes away. Bachelor's degree. Come on now. I don't take no credit for it. I don't take no credit for it. I know that it's all because of God. So when I stand up and give my testimony, it's to encourage young girls like me, who come from the hood like me, that you can make it and you can do it, because see, God has no respect of person. And those ones that are pointing at you, telling you that you can't make it, oh, you can make it. If you trust God, he'll allow you to make it. So when I learned to love myself like God loved me, I began to see changes in my life. And then we're going to talk a little bit about integrity. See, when you're running in these relationships with these men, the question is, what is integrity? Integrity what? You don't have none. See, I compromised my integrity on so many times. See, when I was in and out of that relationship, because I would get mad at him and break up with him, then I found out he dated somebody else, so I'd get back with him, just thinking they can't have him, but they still have him anyway. But in the midst of doing all of that, you will compromise your integrity, because I did. Ask me how I know. I did it. I worked at a strip club sometime, for about 2 or 3 months, because like I said, I love the money. But looking at me now, you see me standing in front of you, you see Miss Corporate America, but I haven't always been Miss Corporate America. So I have to give God the praise, the honor, and the glory for everything that he's done. And then we go to that beat and we talk about a virtuous woman. If I can't tell y'all that when you give your life to God, come on, He will turn you into that virtuous woman. See, I'm walking in it now, and I thank God for that. You know, and every day is hard because the world will call you and try to drag you back there. But you know what? When you're standing with God, you got to keep standing. And Sister Donna was just blessing my soul today when she was saying all this stuff, and she talked about how church hurt is the worst hurt. And I tell you, I've been through so many things in my life, and you know, I can relate to a lot of stuff you said, because one thing I remember when I was growing up, my grandmother used to always say, you reap what you sow. And I never understood it. But I tell y'all, I got that 20-year-old son, and I've been reaping some things. All I can say is, Lord, I thank you that he's not a girl. You know, I thank you that he's not a girl, because I know it would probably be 10 times worse, but he's been incarcerated. You know, and I'm going to give a little bit of his testimony. So you right, your son ain't going to be in there forever, because my son was facing 10 years in prison. 10 years. And I said, Lord, God knows I don't want my son to be away from me for no 10 years. So I just stopped doing what I was doing, and I fasted and I prayed. And I said, God, I need you to get favor for my son. When we went to the courtroom, hallelujah, y'all, my son got 3 months in jail. He didn't even have to step foot in prison. And he was facing 10 years. So I knew that was God. You know, I got so many reasons that I can thank God, so much that I can tell about what God has done. But I'm going to get back on that church hurt a little bit. See, like I said, I grew up in the world. You know, when I started going to church, I was at one church forever, and we used to fellowship with y'all. You know? And now when people see me, they be like, you don't go to that church no more. And I'm like, you know, no, I don't go there. But, you know, I was holding something in my heart, some bitterness or something towards them, because I was like, why did I have to go through all this? And I promise you, it was last Sunday when I got my true deliverance. See, and it's been a year ago. But see, I know that everything that I went through at that church, the foundation was laid for me, right? Because I was hard out there in the world, and I was hard-headed. If you said that the stove was hot, I'm going to put my hand on it just to make sure it's really hot. You know, because I don't believe what everybody tells me. But in the church, like I said, they planted the seed and they laid the foundation and stuff, but it was like God was telling me for a long time, you know, I got something that I want you to do. But sometimes you can surround yourself with people who can't see the vision, or people who God don't want to be right there with you. So in my case, God was saying, move, leave. But I'm like, God, no, this is my family. I'm called, I love them. This is my mama, this is my dad, these my sisters, these my brothers. So what God will do, if you don't listen to God, God will get your attention. He got a way of getting your attention. And what it took for me, and I can relate to you, young lady, when you said your mama's staying in the hospital, God bless you, because my heart went out to you. But I can relate because I had 1 foot in the church, 1 foot in the world, you know, and then sometimes I put 2 in the church, you know, and then maybe 2 in the world. You know, because I'm trying to do my thing, you know. But I thank and praise God because everything just started hitting me. That's when my son first got in trouble. Then God used the very thing that's most close to you to hurt you. And God had to deal with me and show me that if I would have used anybody else to hurt you, it wouldn't have affected you and you wouldn't have got your attention. So I had to do what I had to do. But nevertheless, I'm 33 years old now. So a year ago, I had a heart attack. A heart attack. I was in good health. Nothing was wrong with me. But I had a heart attack. I was laying on my bed. Well, I was in the house, and when my chest started hurting, I got on my bed. My phone was probably right here where this black part is down here. But I couldn't reach my hand forward to grab my phone. You know, that's how much pain I was in. And when the paramedics took me, they were saying all these codes and stuff. It was like so much was wrong. But God had to deal with me because, see, I had been in a ministry that made me feel like I couldn't get no prayer through to God. That I had to go to the bishop or to the first lady or to a minister, somebody to pray for me. You know, so I was under that, but I knew that, you know, God had been dealing with me. I knew that many was called, but I knew that I was one of God's chosen ones. You know, you know it, God, you know, you just know it. And you can run from it. I don't want to run from it because I ran from it for real, you know. But on my hospital, on that bed, on the way to the, you know, in the hospital, on that ambulance bed or whatever that is, when they bring you in there, it was like tears was just running out my eyes, and it was just me and God. I kind of felt like Paul when he saw Jesus, when Jesus just talked to him, it was just him. Because God was just dealing with me like, well, what are you going to do? And I knew at that time that it was me and God, and God showed me, I prayed. You know, God helped me, God saved me, God let me live. And God showed me then that it was me.